right there on the bed with you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Giving everyone a second to get all logged in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's about that time. It's just turning 5:11. Giving everyone a chance to get all logged in. Thank you all so much for joining me again for Tea Time with Kitty. Giving everyone a chance to get all logged in. Don't be strangers. State in the chat when you're on the air so we can get started. Hey, niece, I hope you and Millie have a recipe for me today. You're supposed to have a recipe for me today. Giving everyone a few more seconds so that we can get ready to get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Having me some water to hydrate myself and replenish my skin and hair. Millie has a birthday coming up right around the corner. She'll be the big one. She'll be in walking the earth for 365 days. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, sis, do you like my background? I got this all for you, sis. I'm going to get a backdrop. I'm working on getting a backdrop now. But, sis, this is for you, sis. So I hope you like it. You ain't got to look at the walls anymore. So we're going to try this and then we're going to move on to something else. We got a little fireplace action. I was trying to say the fireplace action for Christmas so we can move the things around. But thank you. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Tea Time. I hope you all have your recipes ready so that you can get ready to start putting them in the chat. I just want to say welcome to everybody. I do want to make sure I say happy Thanksgiving to everyone because Tea Time, hey sis, will not be airing Thanksgiving Eve. We will be taking a break and we will resume on the 30th. So with that being said, hey Nick, happy birthday to Dayon. Dayon will be turning 28. Hey sis, will be turning 28 on the 29th. So she'll be celebrating her birthday. So we definitely want to say happy birthday to her. Um, and I had another birthday. Who else birthday did I have? I want to say happy birthday to her. Me and my brothers, we went to see New Jack City on Sunday. And I actually didn't know. I thought we were actually going to the Warner Theater, but we end up going to the National Theater, which is kind of across on the Warner Theater on the side street. And I didn't know that they call that Broadway. So if anybody else, the show was really nice. Oh, you saw Friday? Okay, it was at the same location, right, sis? I didn't know that they call that the Black Broadway. So that really got my attention. I hope you enjoyed it. I think the message was really great. Yeah, it was extremely expensive, but everything is really expensive right now. And we actually were supposed to go. I think last year my brother Mark had planned for us all to go, but I think it was canceled for some reason. I'm not sure all what happened, but we finally did get a chance to go. It's always a treat being able to fellowship with your siblings because a lot of people don't have their siblings in the area with them, not only in the area with them, but a lot of people don't have siblings in their age group. So I thank God that I have siblings. Yep, in February was council. Okay, right. I have siblings. Hey sis. I have siblings in my age group, and I also have siblings right here in this area. So me and my brothers was able to get together and go and see that play. And it was an awesome experience to get the holiday season started off with them. So we know that Thanksgiving is next week, next Thursday, and the mayor gave us off next Friday. And as you all know, I'm on vacation this week myself, so I had me a 5-day vacation this week. I only had one office day next week, which is Monday, and then I have my 2 telework days for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I'm off Thursday and Friday. So by the time I get ready to go back to work around December, I should be well rested and ready to go. The use or lose is a little tricky. So if you have some, make sure you look into that. Make sure you use it. And don't you let that use or lose be taken away from you all. Because if you multiply the amount of hours that they're taking up against your salary, that can be a lot of money, right? So make sure you use it. Um, She out on oh she out all next week? Oh wow. Okay, all next week. Okay. So let's see. Before we get started with the recipes, I just want to say everything is expensive. Like I was saying about the plate, everything is so expensive, right? So I kind of like trimmed down my Thanksgiving menu this year. So before we get into recipes, do anybody have any plans? So are you cooking? Are you going over to a family member's house or someone else is hosting it? Because it's very expensive to host Thanksgiving this year. Food is extremely, extremely expensive, right? And not only is food extremely expensive, but if you have family members or in-laws or friends that comes over your house for the holidays, it's hard getting help. So after you done slaved and cooked all this food, they done ate good, they don't want to leave, you're left with cleaning it up. So for my tea timers, are you hosting Thanksgiving? Let's start there. Are you hosting Thanksgiving? Yes, no, maybe so. Don't know, don't care. What are your plans for Thanksgiving? Or are you going to be a guest somewhere? We're actually going to my brother's Mark house to have Thanksgiving dinner, but I'll be doing a lot of the cooking. However, my daughter and my niece will be cooking as well. So let's see what we got here. Going over my father-in-law house. Then me and Lay have a Black Friday window shopping fun. Great, 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 great. Left it like Black Friday. No, I'm not hosting this year, and I hope to house hop. Well, you know, Marcus all the way in Virginia, but you can help yourself out there if you need to. And do you all like my shirt? Let me just say this. This is all Thanksgiving. I try to make it festive, so I hope you all can see my got some pumpkins and stuff on. This shirt came from Shein, right? And I like small clothes. I don't care if I'm a little thick. I'm not asking y'all opinion. I like small clothes, right? So I bought this. It's brand new. I ain't take the tag off because I was like, my mother might like this clothes. She like her clothes a little bag. So I said, I'm gonna wear this for tea time and give them this nice harvest look. This is a beautiful shirt. But I don't know. And I don't need you all telling me, oh, I don't look big. I ask y'all. Now I'm telling y'all it's a nice festive shirt. And I don't think I'm gonna keep it. So after I rock it for tea time, that's it, right? Okay. Let's see. You may want to do a Friday at the kickback, right? And then Heaven Sent Sisters have our friends giving coming up with our sister giving the week after that. And definitely we'll be going into HSS will be celebrating 15 years this January coming up. So you'll hear more about that. So clap it up for HSS. Um, I may want to see. No, not this year. We will be going to my sister-in-law house. Sounds nice. And Nika, of course, if you don't have plans, my door is always open, even though it ain't at my house. You know, I got you. I want to try cooking Thanksgiving dinner next year. So once you host it, Sherelle, you do what you want to cook, and then all of us are pitching because you know Tabitha loves to cook and Yanni loves to cook, and I can throw down a little something. We can come to you. So that's definitely will be your turn to host. So let's plan for that, Sherelle. Sis, are you talking about my shirt? Thank you. Not yeah, I like small stuff because big stuff make me look big, right? So I like small stuff and don't know. Yeah, this shirt, yeah, it's a little too loose for me, but it is a cute shirt, right? I would say that. So most of us seem to be going out. When you all made your decision to go out for Thanksgiving as opposed to host it at home, was it based on the prices of food, or was it just based on not getting enough help and support, or neither? You just decided to go out because that's a great thing. Because again, food is so expensive. I'm going shopping Monday. I hope to get everything that I can get. I'm gonna let y'all know what's on the menu. It's not no big whole large menu. Anything else somebody want to add, they can feel free. We're gonna do turkey, we're gonna do ham, we're gonna do barbecue chicken, mac and cheese, yams, potato salad, greens, corn on the cob, dinner rolls, cornbread, sweet potato pie, apple pie, cupcakes, and I think it's like a banana pudding thing that Yanni's making. I don't think I left anything off. I hope I didn't. We got the macaroni, cheese, and yams. That's the main thing. So that's probably what my menu is going to look like. It's not going to be 4 or 5 meats. Definitely not this year. Definitely based on not getting enough help and family not offering to help clean. Definitely for me, it's based on my in-laws don't know when to go home. Yeah, because all of that takes time, you know, because if you didn't have that Friday off, some people have to go to work, so you don't want people there all night. I know there's a little post going around where it say when white families have their Thanksgiving dinner, it starts at 2, it's over at 6, and there's about 8 items on the menu. And then they went in to talk about when black people had theirs. It starts at 12, it's over at 12. So from 12 noon to 12 midnight, and there's about 30 some items on the menu, and nobody wants to go home. Um, I base my decision on my mom, love her love, but I told her next year if she hosts, we are going to ask other family members to contribute money, stamps, or a hand. Definitely, because if people get stamps, hey, why not grab something like that? Ain't an excuse because people get a lot of stamps right now. Like whether it's the PEBT, or just the pandemic snap alone that goes with it. Like, but they can bring a dish, they can bring some mac and cheese, and even if they're not cookers, they can also prepare stuff and drop it off and let someone else make it because that's what it's about. More to merry, and everybody chipping in because again, food is really, really, really expensive. Um, so today is Wednesday, and I don't normally do Women Crush Wednesday, but I'm definitely crushing on myself today because I've been handling business. I've been moving in a new direction of some things that I want to do going into 2023. I did not wait until Christmas Eve or 2023 to get started with those things. I started it now. So I'm on the move to doing new things and putting self first and focusing on self and just having that intimate space with self, right? So if anybody else got something, you don't have to put in the chat what you have going on or what you've overcome, what you're conquered, what you plan to conquer. But if you could just put in the chat and just shout yourself out just with your name, because like I am so proud of me today and where I am, no matter what it was looking like, but just really, really, really focusing on me. And this is going to be new for me because you all know that I've been a mother longer than I've been a person, right? So this is really new to me, stepping out on faith, stepping out on trust, loving yourself, and really having that intimacy with yourself to sometimes make decisions for yourself. So not making decisions as a mother, not making a decision as a spouse, a daughter, a sister, a friend, or even an employee, right? But to step out and decide to do some things for yourself, some things that make you happy, some things that just making you want to exist just merely from you. So again, today is Women Crush Wednesday. So if you've crushed something or you're going to be crushing something soon, you can just throw yourself in a chat because we definitely want to acknowledge you. Okay. Anybody else that's hosted and they have their menu lined up and they're ready to share their menus before we go into the recipes. I'm still waiting for a few more texts to come in. So people told me that they were going to text me a recipe so that I can read it off to you. If you don't want to chat in your whole menu today, you can just tell me what's your favorite Thanksgiving meal. For me, my favorite Thanksgiving item is a combination because it has to be the turkey with the stuffing. I forgot to say stuffing and gravy when I did the menu, but it has to be the turkey with the stuffing and gravy all mixed right there together. Then it has to be the ham sitting here. And then to the side, it has to be something that has barbecue sauce on it. So it can be barbecue rib, barbecue chicken, barbecue meatballs, but it gotta have that little barbecue sauce. Then I need the macaroni and cheese and the yams real scrunched up together like tight, cheap seats, right? I need the macaroni and cheese and the yams stuff that together, and then I need my greens. So it has to be either greens, primary number one choice. If not, I'll take the cabbage. I'll even take the string beans, but greens first. And I like them to let the juice of that flow right between the macaroni and the yams. So I don't have like a one item. I need that combination. And that's what makes my plate secure. Um, Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Okay, should have it there. So I like to have mine all mixed up. I know Mika, what Mika say? You can grab one right now, Mika. You got a few minutes to grab one. But that's how I like my food. So I know some people don't like their food touching and all that kind of thing. But I like mine touching, and that's my line up. So do anybody have a favorite Thanksgiving food? There's something that you must have, whether you're cooking at home or whether, hey sis, whether you're cooking at home or whether you're going to someone's house. What is your favorite Thanksgiving meal? Ham, okay. And ham, I definitely love to have ham at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Don't really get to eat it all year round, just those two occasions. Mac and cheese, you gotta have the mac and cheese. And let me tell you, If you ain't good with macaroni and cheese and you're just starting out with it, don't make that for Thanksgiving. Them yams, don't make them yams. Go ahead, Sherelle, don't make them yams. If this your first time, you gotta practice this food. So this week, and I know food is expensive, so you gotta be real. Yes, it's collard greens, okay. You gotta be real, just do a little portion of something, right? But you gotta try that food out now. And let me tell y'all this: not only do people may not make good dishes, right? May not, let's finish, may not make good dishes, right? But you ever look at somebody and they don't look clean enough for you to eat their food? It doesn't mean that they're dirty or whatever, but sometimes you just look at people and be like, they made that, I'm a pass. So you don't want to be looking like that. So as well as be nice and clean on Thanksgiving, make sure you present, because people don't want you bringing stuff, especially if you just start going with somebody in the family and you new to the family. Some people don't want you bringing stuff. Make sure you present it well. Okay, don't be bringing no item in a vanilla ice cream box, right? So you know how when you go and you buy ice cream, I don't know if you still do this, but I know when I was coming up, my kids was young, you could get a bucket of ice cream. I'm pretty sure they may still have it. It had like a handle on a bucket, and you could use all the ice cream. And I always just say mine for Bo Rat buckets, right? For Yanni Bo Rat buckets. But I've seen people actually bring that as the for the item that they're bringing. Don't be coming to Thanksgiving dinner at nobody's house with your side dish or what you bring in an ice cream bucket, right? At least the very least, if you don't want to bring your nice your nice dish, and you don't want to leave it at their house and you don't want to wash it, then I suggest that you get some 10 pans. Get you some 10 pans from either from BJ's or Costco, or just run to the dollar store and just get you a few. But let me tell you, make sure ain't nothing dripping. Don't have your food making people scared of it, and then you wonder why don't nobody eat it. So that's definitely a tip. Look clean. Don't go there looking rough. Because people going and make sure your teeth clean, right? Because I've heard that before. Don't nobody want to eat from anybody that don't have nice teeth, right? Because they say that if you don't brush your teeth, you don't wash your hands, because you do those two items at the bathroom sink, right? So if you don't brush your teeth, you probably don't wash your hands. So don't go with no nasty mouth, and don't go with no nasty presentation. We're gonna do better because we know better, right? My favorite is fried turkey, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, and greens. I'm good. Yes, that's the hookup right there. And I like a little potato salad on top. Another thing I left on my menu that I always have every Thanksgiving is cranberry sauce. I get it right out the can. I ain't making nothing homemade or anything, but I get it out the can. I think it's about Ocean. I think it's about something, but I always have that, right? So Sherelle, definitely have to practice more, and take your time. Make it something easy and do it at your own pace. And it'll get better from there, right? Um, I definitely asked who made what, because I'm not eating from everyone, right? And you definitely don't want nobody looking at you, when you don't eat their food. And you don't want to offend nobody, but make sure everything cleaned up and presented well, okay? Let's see, potato salad. I never seen you eat potato salad a lot, Pookie. I know you probably eat it, but I didn't know that would be one of your favorites. String beans. I love some good string beans. And Sherelle, believe it or not, who taught me how to make string beans was Ona. Ona can make some good string beans, some really good string beans. And Kanika just laughing at us. My favorite is stuffing, the real mushy stuffing, not that dry stuff. Like, are you talking about my stuffing? Because I think I have definitely increased my stuffing. I don't think it's as tight no more. It gets a little fluff. It ain't the fluffiest, but it gets a little. Yeah, ocean spray. Yes, love it. Ocean spray. I love cranberry sauce now too. I used to hate it as a kid. Yes, everybody, thank you all so much for helping me out with the ocean spray in a can. Let it get cold, turn it upside down, slice it, put it in the bowl, and voila, right? I do not care to offend them. Oh, you do not care to offend them. You don't care to, so you're not offended. We don't want nobody offended, but just think about that, why people ain't eating your food, right? And if you bring a dish more than twice, and for the past two Thanksgiving, and it keeps being left over, then probably switch it up. Maybe it's not that it's nasty, maybe it's just something that no one eats, or I don't know. But if you brought it two Thanksgivings in a row and it was more than enough left, you probably shouldn't make it this year, because food again is too expensive. So you probably should let it pass, and try something new this time. Um, but if the shoe fits, okay, I would love to try homemade cranberry sauce, but it takes a little while to make. That ain't even something in my thought process. That can works great for me. It is the best. And corn pudding. I used to make corn pudding and rice pudding and all that kind of stuff years ago. Till my brother talked about one year so bad and renamed it a bad name that I didn't make it no more. Remember the rule: if you keep making it and no one's eating it, we're gonna need you to switch it up and change something. Now, if it gets to the point where somebody say, "Hey, Kitty, you ain't make that rice pudding this year," then you can go back and make a little dish, but don't get excited and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna make a whole big tray again because one person liked it." So just make a little tray. If that's what you like to make and you like it and you want that person to have some, but don't make a whole tray of it, right? Anybody else with any Thanksgiving favorites? Any Thanksgiving favorites? The one thing that I love, like I love doing a turkey for traditional reasons, but if I could, I would do turkey wings over turkey. Do anyone do turkey wings over turkey? Because someone has stated that we need to normalize making turkey wings instead of turkey. What is your thoughts of that? Because I know for one that turkey wings is much more expensive than a turkey, right? Much more expensive. And you say you like corn pudding, Cornish hens better than turkey. Okay, and my brother Chucky can make some really, really, really good Cornish hens. Maybe he'll bring some out. I don't really know how those are priced. I don't think I ever bought any. I know Dan, you bought some before. I'm not sure what they cost and made them, and they you definitely like those as well. But I've never bought them and prepared them with a meal. So Neek say yes, she would definitely prefer turkey wings. Quicker to make too. So you love so the turkey wings are quicker. And Neek, whenever you make turkey wings, make sure you send me one, baby, because that is something that I cannot get down pat. Chanel and Midget make the best turkey wings, and I just cannot get it down pat. Okay, me turkey wings or Cornish. I think you mean the Cornish hens. Okay, I eat turkey wings all year long, so a full turkey is a treat for me. Okay, okay, because I definitely like the turkey. I like the stuffing. I like the combination of the two together. Um, you never witnessed Chucky make anything tasty, girl. Chucky Cornish hens are good. Chucky Cornish hens are good. Let me see. Anybody else with anything else that you would switch up on me? So now it's recipe time. So let's see. I'm gonna go to my phone and it's recipe time. So let's see what we got here. Sweet potatoes. Okay, so sweet potatoes. With this being said, I always used to make my sweet potatoes with like boil them and then peel them. But Daniel does his a whole different way. Where he like boils his only a little so that they can still be firm when he cut them to lamb. And I actually started to like that way. I don't know if I would totally adapt to it because like I'm so used to letting mine boil and then kind of make it from there. But that's so I want to see what Mika's gonna say what her way is. So say let's see what we got here. So she says 6 cups of cool water, a half a cup of water, a half a cup of unsalted butter. Okay, so Mika, are these whole sweet potatoes though? Are they whole sweet potatoes? And then she says a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of what is that? The white sugar. So she got the brown sugar and the white sugar. 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then optional 1.5 cup of mixture miniature marshmallows for topping. Let your ancestor guide you with the measurements. I heard someone else say that. Let your ancestors guide you with the measurement. So Mika, the only thing I needed to know was for those, do you let your sweet potatoes boil and then peel them and cut them up? And if not, do you just like let them get a little firmness because the way when down you do them, it lets them cut really good, so they stay in like the nice circles and they lay really nice, right? I remember when Yanni was in kindergarten, there was a potluck and one of the kids' grandmother made some sweet potatoes, and I have never tasted anybody's sweet potatoes like hers ever again. And she said she had made them the day before and let them sit in the refrigerator so they got cool when you warmed them. It was just oh, they was everything. But Let me see if Mika responded back. If that to my shot, as you just said. Yes, definitely shout them out. So let's go to our next recipe, and that was for sweet potato. Let's see. My grandma showed me how to make them on top of the stove. You know, thank you, Uncle Chanel. You know I love your turkey wings. Look, Mika, Yanni tried to make some on top of the stove, and she normally do a good job. But I don't know if this cooked too fast. But my pot ain't been back to life yet, so I don't know about doing that on the stove. So we got our next recipe. Okay, so this is for last one was for sweet potatoes, and this is for sweet potato. Hold on, let me see. You want to give us some of your fried? I made a sweet potato cheesecake last year. It was so good. I got the recipe from YouTube. Okay, so a sweet potato cheesecake. Okay, so let's see. Oh my gosh, this is small writing right here. So we need 2 large sweet potatoes or yams. And I'm gonna have a question about that in just a second because I'm still trying to figure out what's the difference in the two. 2 sticks of salted butter, and it has 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. We have 1 tablespoon of nutmeg, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of white sugar, 2 large eggs. Mix it together until it's nice and smooth. And if anybody else want this step from step, because this is a lot here, let me know and I will forward it to you. But um she got it from YouTube. And it's a sweet potato. That sounds really good. A sweet potato cheesecake. That one just came in. Yanni should be putting hers in the chat. And let's see. Oh, she's my girl. Stop lying. You made those. Okay. Oh my God, you such okay. So Boogie said we need some of his fried chicken. So are you gonna drop in the chat some of what you use for your fried chicken? Is there a particular kind of season? Because everybody pretty much know that um we with the fried chicken that we pretty much, I like to say that I feel like the right vegetable oil definitely makes a difference with frying chicken. I always use white self-rising flour, and then I think outside of those 2 things, I think that the fire should be high first to get the chicken so it can pop when it drops in, but then we need to drop the fire really low so that the chicken can cook in the inside before the outside. But if there's any special things that you like to put on your fried chicken, Pookie, that you can share with us, let us know so we can try that particular seasoning. I know when I was over Diamond's house one year, I don't know what the occasion was. I seen her sister. Was it Dana or was it someone else put like that little packet season that you open and sprinkle it over them party wings, and they were some kind of good, right? Um, but then the skin and chop them and put them on the stove. Okay, yeah. So I definitely seen that recipe. But we had a time with that, so we gonna have to wait a little bit before we try that again. Yeah, you have to boil it very little, not too mushy. That definitely makes a difference. When they on the stove, put the butter and sugar and seasoning on top and put a cover over them and let them cook, stirring often. So that's probably what we messed up, that we didn't stir it often. I make some nice mac and cheese. Are you going to drop that in, or do you have another item that you're going to drop in? Okay, so Mika, you definitely have to, because we're going to be doing a lot of stuff for the first of the year. So one of the things is we're going to do a potluck, and we're going to let people only bring what they're good at making, right? Because when the potluck, you know who can make what. You bring that all together, you got you a nice meal. So we're going to try to look into that to kick off our 15-year anniversary with a nice potluck. So for your instructions for yours, you use mac and cheese. So what is that, the box kind? I boil my noodles in chicken broth and I coat them in sour cream. Okay. We need more. You can't just give it to us like that. Um, Pookie go to Hip Hop Fried Chicken. Oh, so he ain't really frying it himself. Oh, so he going to get it from somewhere else. Let's see what else we have. Oh, we only got about a minute left. You made some good deviled eggs. So Sherelle, why don't you make some deviled eggs for Thanksgiving? Pookie love deviled eggs. I call them double eggs. I don't, they say double eggs, but I think it was a mistake. I think that they were supposed to call double eggs. It's when you cut them, they double. I don't think they were ever supposed to be called double eggs. Not unless it was double because like of the pickle sense. That's the only thing I can think of. But I always say, and angel eggs, Johnny always calls them angel eggs. Anyone else or anything else for Thanksgiving? Anybody else wants to share? Any more recipes, feel free to drop them in. Again, we will not be on the air next Wednesday. So happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. When we come back that the 30th of November, Tea Time will be hosted by Tamika. So that would definitely be a treat. We're gonna hold off on a topic because she's waiting to get all her thoughts together. So I'm gonna come to her. We're gonna host from her home. And let's see. Too many people always right, Sherelle, you don't want all the corrections on. I always thought it was double eggs until I got older, right? Because I'm just thinking that when you cut in half, they double, but then I guess double because they're chill, right? A lot of double egg, yeah, a lot of double eggs, exactly. So thank you all so much. I'm going to miss you all next week, but we'll be back together. Make sure you enjoy your family, spend time with your family. Start to juggle your schedule around to spend time with those who are important to you. We never know the day or the hour. The way things are going right now, it doesn't look good. So definitely try to love on those who love you. Definitely try to make time for those who make time for you. I have to remind myself to call my mom because at times she don't always let me call her. She'll call me like 5:50, 6 o'clock in the morning, say, "You called me," and I'll be waking up like, "No, mom, just getting up." So I know that as soon as I get up, I have to call her back. Because if I don't talk to her going to bed at night, I'm going to get a 4:30, 5 o'clock call, the latest 6. Right. So definitely make time for those who have made time for you, who have showed their commitment, dedication to you. Thanksgiving kicks off the holiday season. So happy holidays to each and every one of you all. Make sure you spend more love than money this year. Love is something that can't be replaced. Money can. So please, please, please try to share as much love. Try to tap into. I made a phone call to 2 different people today that I hadn't talked to in probably over a year. Had a nice little chat. Didn't stay on the phone too long, but just told them that I was thinking of them. So just try to think about people. Just try to care about people. And until November the 30th, be safe. Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. And thank you so much, as always, for sipping with a sister.